Minutes and 15 seconds. We're now on the podcast, 15 minutes, 15 seconds, and we have a few seconds to get in a trade. We are now short. All right, we're short now at 18,166.5. Is this a good trade? I don't know. We had just a few seconds to get into it, so it's looking like it's not actually a bad trade. You may want to get out of it here, or you may want to keep holding it. Just depends on how you like to play this kind of shit. We're going to keep holding it just for a minute. Now we got out of that short side. Now we went long side. 18,165. Made a few dollars of gains on that. All right. Now we're in at 18,165 on the long side. The short side wasn't quite playing for us the way we wanted it. So we went to the long side. Again, we're at 18,165. Anytime you get out of this trade, you got to be back in. You got 15 seconds to be back in. We're roughly should be sort of flat here. We're below the 18,170. So that short side may have been the way to play it. Just to be honest with you, but we don't have a lot of time to second guess ourselves here. So we're long at 18,165. We're trying to get a basal foundation here on the Nasdaq E-mini Nasdaq futures. So we're going for the 18,170. Really, ideally, you'd like to see a 18,184.25. So we're going to take a gander, see if we can get that. The Nanners are at 18,165. I'm going to show you some stuff here in a minute. Substack we started, and we also got the Twitter, as you always know. We're going to try and hold on this position just for a few minutes. Came down there to pivot one. Pivot one hasn't quite hit there on the SPY. We did hit pivot one on the QQQs. We're going to try and lift this up now, and we're getting a little bit of a lift here. Maybe we'll get a little bit better lift up here to 18,184.25. We're still in at 18,165. It's playing around 18,165 to 18,167.25. Right now we're trying to get a taste and a feel for what's happening here on this one. And we got the magic blue pattern candles here on our speed of tape, right? And it's starting to turn green. We're going down here, so we may lift, may get a continuation, but we're sort of brushing out to the outskirts of the basal foundation here. And we're just going to give a look here and see exactly what we can make happen, if anything. We got about 13 minutes left, starting to give us some downside now. So it is starting to come back in on us. And we're down a couple $100. We're back to about break even now. They are starting to play around here. Too many people are pounding the longs. So they got to trick them out first if in fact this is going to be a long side opportunity. We're up a couple $100 on the long side. We got about 130, 150 there on that short side before we got out of that. We're going to keep holding to our stance here in 18,165. We're back to below break even. We're back down again. Wasn't a real need to get out of there because they got 15 seconds to get back in. If I get back in, I'm going in long again. So there's not really a sense to get out of it if you only got 15 seconds. Now, if I could have 5 minutes between trades, that'd be a different story. All right, so we got about 10 minutes and a half here left. And we're going to see if we can do anything on this. Again, this is 2 contracts. And we're going to try and pick up, see if we can get this break to the 18,170 here. Get a little bit of push, get a little bit of commissionable items here. We're starting to break back through. Still got the 18,170, so we are keeping our eyes on that. They built a foundation, did some play here in the bottom Bollinger. We're at the mid Bollinger, this 18170. We break through here, we got 18173 half, 18180, 18190 would ideally be the target up to 18200. So we'll see if we can actually get a breakthrough this 18170 here, or if it's just going to play with us. We could definitely take this off, but I don't think I'm going to go short here. So I'm just going to stay in this trade for now. We're just going to stay in here. All right, it's trying to break this 18170. Let's see if we got an 18170 on us. Didn't quite get it. I'm going to turn around and go short. I'm at short at 18167. This may be a bad trade, a bad turn of events here, but we have now went to the short side on this trade. We're starting to get a little move on the short side. So we're going to try and get this pushing to the downside. We took that long off, and now we're trying to get the short side play out. We may just take this small trade here. We're trying to hold it a little further. Ideally, I'd like to come down to 18150, and we'll see. We're going to go out of that short, and we're back in long 18163 quarter, and see if we can get a little boost up here above the 18163 up to 18172. We're down a few dollars here. This short side may still play, but now we're trying to get some support off of the 18157 to 18160 area. Still looking for upside, but we don't know exactly if we're going to get that downside retreat yet. So we are back in the long side now. We're going to start doing this more next week. I'm not going to sit here and play this slow-ass bullshit, just hold yipsy-dipsy turtle. We're not going to be doing that bullshit anymore, okay? You've had a few weeks of that ipsy-dipsy-bipsy turtle bullshit. We're not going to be playing that shit anymore. All right, so we're trying to break to this 1816325, exactly where the trade is on the long side. And we're going to see if we can't get this movement now, pushing us up just a little bit further. Pull in and bring that stop up so we don't get moving too much loss if it does come against us here. But at the same time, we don't have much time to get back in another trade. So I don't know necessarily if I'm going to go into the short side here or not. Damn. Oh, shit. Yeah, I just got stopped out on that. It did come back down and give us that target. Now we're on the short side. We're going to try to get a continuation. Wasn't quite fast enough to really get, and I'm not sure. There they are. Damn. Yeah, that wasn't too good now, was it? We're down on that trade. We left too much space. And we were right on that short side. I don't exactly know what all these orders are here. So we were right on that short side there. And we got turned around. And so we did mess up. That's all you can say there on that trade. It was a mess up. We may mess up here too, but we're trying to progressively push ourselves to do better within the time limits constraints. Got about 6 minutes left here. So we did miss that really nice drop in, about a 20-point drop on the short side on the Nasdaq. Now it's trying to get a bounce-a-roni here. We're going to keep holding it into the short side for now, though. We've already messed up pretty bad there on a $410 loss. We had a few winners there before that. We're still looking okay in this account. I'm not sure exactly what we've done here. We're up a couple thousand on this account over the last couple days, like 200, something like that. So we're still doing okay, but at the same time, this is a challenge for 15 minutes, and we messed up there. We should have held to our short side position, and now they're trying to draw back into the long side. And I'm not sure if they're quite going to do it or not. They may do it. We may end up on the negative today on this exercise. Got 5 minutes, 25 seconds here left. So they are trying to draw it back against us into the positive side. We're going to keep holding. We should have kept holding that short there a while ago. we did make a bad mistake on that one by not continuation, and we were perfect. It was 164, like a 20-point drop there in 1 minute, and it popped back up a little bit. They're trying to see if they can regain their composure. We got about 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to get out of this trade. We may stay in this one a little longer. We may mess up today. That threw us off right there because we were in the exact trade that we needed to be in, and that's just what happens sometimes. They try and look for this area to soften up some, and that was just a bad play right there. So listen and learn and watch that. Don't let it get too much further above here, or we are going to go for the negative. This is a bad thing to do on a day like today, the kind of twist and turns. This is not the best day to do any of this shit right here, to be honest with you. You're going to get snapped back down against you really fast. It's going to cook you many times. It'll cook your dinner just like that. And you don't have much time to react or to really get a feel for exactly the kind of movements that are going to happen. So we've already cooked our own dinner a little early there, and it's not going to be that great of a dinner. You know, like an old shoe and a few ramen noodles mixed in. Ideally, hopefully you got something better than that. So let's see what we get here. All right, see if we can get a little bit of a pullback in here. We got about 3 minutes left to get this exercise. So this didn't go well. We were in the trade, and we got flustered and got out of it and got back in. And now it's just sort of playing around with us here, right on our entry spot. So really, we would have had it all set up there. It was perfect. It was lined up. It was looked good for us. And we just got ahead of ourselves. So that's what happens. I'm involved in a bunch of different things today I got going on here. Make sure to go to my Substack as well. If you are on the podcast here, go to the Substack, Drawdown King Substack. You can it's drawdownking@gmail.com. Should be able to find a Drawdown King on Substack. We're starting to do some podcast on there, some more written and a little bit longer type of things. We got the big series coming up today. So we got the big series coming up today, and tonight after midnight, we're really going to have the big episode coming at us. So still work, but even so, now you need to move down here to 18,120 to really make any mustard. You could take it off for about break even against that last trade, but then I don't really feel like going long here either. We got about 1 minute and 20 seconds left. We did get some support here at 18,140, but there's some reasons why they may reject this 50, 47, 25 to 50 area. And we're going to see if we can get our dinner cooked here a little bit or not. We already cooked a really shitty dinner to start, so now we got to recover the dinner and make something worth eating. So let's see if we can get it come in here a little bit. All right. Now we are long. We switched to long again. We're out of that short. We're in the long side at 18,144.25. Like I say, this is an exercise. This is the build. This is an exercise. And if I go out here, I don't really want to go out yet. We got about 20 seconds left and I can get out of this trade. So I don't want to leave it on a bad note, but we do want to leave it on a good note. We got about 20 seconds here to get out of this trade. So we're going to be out about right now. And we're 140, 350, 440. That's up with that 50. We made a couple $100 maybe, but nothing crazy there. 15 minutes, 15 seconds. Drawdown King. Drawdown King. Ta-da, King! Ta-da, King! Ta-da, King! Out of here. Have a great day, everybody.